you so much for coming down. I know you've done a long walk to get here to the main entrance of
but
TI.
I love you guys, so that's why.
We
Long
love
walks
you
are
too.
worth.
Do you know what we love more than yourself? SA Dota.
Oh.
SA Dota. Tell us, what did they have for breakfast lately? Like in the past 3 months, what these guys did, what they ate to have such performance at TI?
I know this is a joke question, but since I'm
It's-
up, I know, but I know what you mean. But like, genuinely, these people, the Peruvians, they need to learn to eat food that's not Peruvian. They come to Malaysia. I could try to take them out from like Malaysian food. Refuse. Like, oh, is this like Peruvian? No, it's not. We're in Malaysia. You're not gonna find Peruvian food here. Like, oh no, I don't know. This tastes like. I'm not really sure if this tastes like Peruvian food. That's the point. Please expand your palate. I was so frustrated. That aside, I know you meant. Frankly, I don't think that's true. I don't think they're any better now. I just think that they are getting the recognition they deserve after a while. I mean, I think it's just normal for a region to do this, right? They have been shunned for so long, genuinely. I say this, by the way, when I say this, I'm European. So there's not a bias thing. It's just that I've worked with them for a long time, and it's like they never got a slot before they were joined with NA. And if you ever seen those games, you know they never play on they played in US East, and they just play with a 100 ping. Then after a while, they finally get a slot, right? And it's still like very small. Dota's very small in Peru. You get very small sponsors, which means no coaches, no analysts, no psychologists.
No staff
No,
around
nothing.
you, just the 5 players and hopefully a manager.
Yeah, you should have seen when Beast Coast told me, I was like, oh, we have a cook. I was like, oh my god, you have a cook? They have a cook? That's incredible. Thank God, because they don't know how to cook. They can only eat like 5 foods, so I pity that poor
And they
man.
didn't bring the cook with them in Malaysia in the boot camp?
You know, they asked me about that. I got a message before TI. Thunder was like, hey, can you guys find a cook that can only do Peruvian food in Malaysia? I go, no. I'm telling you right now, that's impossible. This don't exist here. But yeah, I think that it's just what support should do for a region, right? It's the results I was expecting after years of finally supporting a region. And it's why you support smaller regions. It's why SEA got support initially. It's why SA should get support. It's why I would be okay with new regions that right now suck at Dota or aren't even present to get support, because you get more players.
And you got such a beautiful Dota. And I mean, this is the first TI with audience in 3 years.
Yes.
And the SA team show like that on the stage, it was very unlucky and a pity that what happened to Beast Coast, it really tore my heart out apart watching from home that playoff. But honestly, seeing Thunder Awaken on stage doing those kind of games, I was like, oh yes, give me more, please. I hope Hokori will continue and will be the next big thing next year. But enough with the SA Dota. Unfortunately, they are not on the finals.
Yes, they are not.
But it's anyways the best placement for SA Dota at this TI, and I only
top
hope
6.
that will go even further and upper in the next year. Finals weekend. Did you actually expect to have top 3 Western Europe teams?
In my heart, no, but my mind, yes. I think these top 3 teams are probably the best. I kept saying, there's a bunch of Spanish interviews where like, what team do you think is going to win? I'm like, I hope it's Aster, but I don't think it's Aster, but I hope it's them. And I think China needs to win a TI. And I'm a big fan of, again, I just want any region to be represented. So China winning a TI is big for them. So I like that storyline. Unfortunately, it's just Liquid and Secret look very good after the LCQ. I think the LCQ is a huge buff, and Thunder look amazing, right? And I don't know. I mean, I know that everyone's considering the Western European teams. Obviously, they're the most represented anyway. But I just feel like when you talk about Western Europe, you don't talk about the fact that you have like 2 teams out of the 3 that have legends. And I'm talking like Puppy's never missed a TI. Liquid has someone like Matumba Man, which to me was one of the top players of all time. You know.
Of course.
So I think anyone who was discounting them because of like recent results or something doesn't really understand that TI is just one tournament. It's not, you don't need the consistency for a whole year. You just need to hold it together for one tournament. And that's where people like Matumba Man, people like Puppy, and also
know how to bring it. And they know that TI is a different beast, and they know how to handle this beast so well in all their experience.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Aster is out.
Yes,
China, unfortunately, China hasn't won since 2016.
Yeah, it was TI6 wings.
Yeah. TI6 wings. Is there anything that you, besides like every region being represented, it's something that of course we all want at the TI to happen, but is anything else that you kind of hoped or wished or had wish upon a star to happen at TI and it didn't because we have 3 teams, 3 Western European teams?
I wanted, in the regional aspect, I also thought SCA needed something, right? As someone who lives in SCA, with the encroaching mobile games coming in, it's like, oh no, all the players being seduced. Yeah, that's by the mobile games. I thought that it was important for them to win. It's also important for them to win because I feel like a lot of the SCA teams they always win when they combine it with like other talent. And T1 to me was one of the first teams that was like, all right, we're fully SEA and we're actually here to play, right? And I mean, you've had this before in the past, but it's been for like 4 years, 5 years, it's been like just okay results for SEA. And this time you have Boom. Boom looked really good. I mean, you saw. I didn't have too many hopes for them, even though the individual players were really good, because you just hit TI at the wrong moment and it just affects you so much. And I'm a little bit sad that the SEA teams didn't make it any further. Fnatic as well. I thought Fnatic actually had a really high ceiling, but unfortunately they couldn't perform. And you know, it would have been nice to see them further. I also think their Dota is very fun. I think SEA Dota is one of the most fun Dotas, if not the most fun Dota. It's just fun to watch people like just battle it out, right? I thought T1 was one of the most fun teams to watch, and you know, it's a little bit sad they don't make it this far and playing on the stage in SEA, right? It's finally in Singapore, and you have no SEA teams. It hurts a bit.
It's a bit sad.
Yeah.
All right. Is this your first TI with audience actually?
Yes. I haven't even attended a TI as spectator. This is my first actual TI with audience.
All right. How do you find it? Is it as cool and energizing and everything that you watched on the stream so far for so many years?
It's fucking incredible.
Today, I mean, I haven't been to TI since 2019, of course. We didn't have a big open ceremony and everything, but when they announced the teams and when they start to come in and all the, you know, fireworks and everything, I cried. I was like, yes, I'm doing this for this.
Yes.
You know, so yeah.
I can sympathize with that feeling. I mean, I came in today as any normal day at TI, super nervous because you're about to perform. You know, I had to do the interviews today, and it was like you prepare for a while, but then when the moment strikes, nerves hit no matter what. You know, you talk to all the other casters, they say they don't sleep the night before TI. It's normal. And obviously, there's 2 TI this time, right? So I didn't sleep the night before the first part, and I didn't sleep the night before the second part, which is great for my health. And I come here, and I feel like, I don't know, it just dissipated when I saw the open. I didn't think it would be that impactful. I'm not a LANs kind of person. I didn't used to go as spectator as LANs. I never saw the appeal. But you're here, surrounded by the community. You're here, seeing everyone kind of enjoy the same thing as you are, and it's like a very nice feeling of like being part of something bigger than yourself. Right?
Yeah, the community is great. When you see it, this community, yes, not the Reddit community.
No, I don't even agree with it. I think that a lot of people that you might meet online, it's different when they act in person, right? And when you meet you and they humanize you as a person, is very, very different. I've had that experience with a lot of people, and I don't know, it's just kind of incredible that everyone just, you know, you can be as negative or as toxic as possible, but then it comes to this moment, and like you said, we all cry in a different way. Some cry inside, some cry outside, but it's the same feeling, and you can notice everyone sharing it. It's this incredible experience.
We all get the goosebumps.
Exactly, you get it, and you get the goosebumps when Gavin comes by.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments is coming down. I talk to Quinn, the famous picture of Quinn, like being so excited when Gavin comes by.
I think it was that or in China.
That one was like.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's like,
we are all Queen, every year.
And he said, I just came out to see Gabe. Like, he literally just came out to see Gabe, and he went back into the talent room where he was. I mean, those kind of stories, and someone as successful and as accomplished as Quinn, right? Still feeling that it humanizes the players and also allows you to feel part of something, again, bigger than yourself.
All right. Anything you want to add at the end? To shout out to someone, anyone, your family, your friends, I don't know.
No.
No?
I don't do that. I am not sponsored by anyone. I'm still not sold. Unlike no. I don't know. Keep supporting Dota. Keep watching TI. I guess the message for this TI is I understand and I share the idea with the criticism, and I think it's important for us to always be critical about everything that goes wrong. But at the same time, it's important to also show the positive side of everything, because at the end of the day. You know, it's the same thing with like a country, right? You know, you can disagree with some things your country does or whatever, but you're not gonna hate the culture of the country, right? That's stupid. Well, I think that's stupid. You're not gonna hate the language, right? So similar with Dota, don't hate the Dota. Don't ever let whatever issues you have with what's transpiring seep into your feelings with Dota, which I think should be positive. And also remember that everyone I meet here, and I genuinely mean this with every person I work with that's a Dota person, whether it be talent, production, every single person here is just obsessed with this game. I mean, I've never seen such a game where I've met so many people that say, if I don't do this, I don't know what else I'm going to do. And that short-mindedness, but also that incredible passion should inspire many people to also feel the same way and to be proud of feeling a community that seems so genuine as Dota. I think to me the last real stronghold of what is the original esports. That is people that grew from nothing and we playing for beers and now we're playing for this. It's incredible.
It is.